Today's guest is Mob James, Death Row Finest, you know, the enforcer, man, security, man, and more. Talk to you, to the crowd, man. Let them know, for the people that don't know who you are, let them know what role you played in Death Row.
Well, I was the guy, the first guy. I was the guy that brung all the homies, all the bloods, introduced you to everybody, and I'm the one that put everybody in place for Death Row.
Okay. And with that being said, I appreciate you coming on the platform.
Oh, all the
You know,
time,
much love.
all the
For
time.
sure. For sure. So how was it for you growing up in California?
Um, it was rough. It was rough growing up. I'm not gonna sit here and say I had a easy childhood. Growing up, uh, I had a fucked up pops that whooped on me every chance he got. I love my mother, but my mother allowed certain things to happen to me with him. Um, Other than that, I mean, school was fucked up. I didn't adjust in school. Um, I was going to juvenile hall. Third grade, I
Mm.
was kicked out of Compton Unified School District. I gave up. I mean, it wasn't much I can do. All I knew is what I was taught, and that's the only thing my father ever taught me was absorb it, lick your wounds, and keep it ticking. So
Yeah.
I was a violent kid.
Mm. Damn. So let me ask you, when did you jump off the porch, and become a gang member?
Oh, I believe hanging. This is the difference. Hanging in the neighborhood, like I said, when I met my homeboys, I was in the third grade and got kicked out of the Unified School District, Compton, because I went to school trying to stab them. I went to school with butcher knives, chasing them as soon as I saw them. And I went to LA to my grandfather's house to go to school. So being in the hood, 13, 14, hanging out, really active with the gunplay and all of that shit, just really being a gang banger instead of being associated with I mean, we can put a bunch of titles on it, but
Yeah.
actually really getting out there, 79, 1979, early 80 was the first time I was shot, and from there it was on.
Right. So this was around the crack era, right?
Crack cocaine really hit our neighborhood 82, 83.
Mm.
But it was way before the crack came out, way before
Right.
the crack. Before we got indulged with that shit, we was already in the hood doing shit. Uh, like I said, when I got shot in 1980, opposed to fighting, opposed to going to school just to fight, I put my hands in my pocket and pulled out a pistol. Pistol was the easiest way.
Mm-hmm.
After night from 1980, it was on and cracking. It was on and cracking. So um, the Crips pretty much introduced me to something different other than fighting. They introduced me to gunplay. And if that's how they want to play, that's how it shall be. And I found it easier. I found using different type of weapons. I used to make my own. I had I took a whole bat, cut it in half, drilled a hole in the motherfucking tip of it, put a string in it, put it around my wrist, and I used to have at it,
Yeah.
you know. Um,
So question. Uh okay, so you blood or you Piru. Is it a difference?
Yeah, I'm a piru. Pirus, to me, it's basically the same thing. We represent the same thing. We say blood. We say everything. Is what that piru like, and the blood say what's happening blood. You know,
Okay.
it ain't it. It's a difference, but then it's not a difference. You know, because we all treated each other with respect at one point. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't all of that blood on Pirus, bloods on bloods. It wasn't. It wasn't like how the other guys were. So to me, no, it's not a difference.
Right.
To some, yeah, it's a difference.
So
Um, go
so
ahead.
what is Piru Street? Is that
Piru Street.
that's what make that's Pirus, right? Or no?
No, Piru Street didn't make us Pirus. We all the way on the east side. The west side Pirus putting them,
Uh,
they lived on Piru. That's in the west side.
Okay.
So that was west side Pirus. We was we was on the east side, Ludus Park. Now,
Okay.
mind you, on the east side of Compton, everything over there was Ludus Park, Piru. You feel me? So,
Mm.
just like everything else, everybody branched off and started the Mob Piru, Limehood Piru, Hollywood, and so on and so on. But Pirus in Compton wasn't what it is today. Pirus and Compton stuck together. I don't give a fuck what happened. I don't care. For me, I was proud to be a Piru. I was proud to wear my P hats, my jackets with Crip Killer on it. I was proud to be a Blood. I was proud to let the Crips know I'm with it. I'm one that's with it. You ain't gotta ask me where the fuck I'm from. I was with it. So, you know, that was the difference back then. Back then, going to jail, going to the county jail, going to the penitentiary. Pirus, Bloods, whatever, you was outnumbered. You was outnumbered 10-1 with the Crips. So if you didn't have
Right.
it in you, you wasn't gonna make it back then. You weren't gonna make it. So everybody that represented Blood or Piru, what they were, we were together. And we knew we had to stick together. And we was proud for those to be in them altercations so niggas knew where we was from. We knew we was outnumbered. So it was a difference for us, I say, opposed to them. They didn't have to prove who they was. They just
Right.
represented. We had to prove who we were.
So how did you get put on?
I didn't get put on. We don't believe in that shit. We
Right.
didn't
Right.
do
Okay.
no
So
huh?
no, 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 no. Go ahead. Go ahead. You said you don't believe in that. What?
It wasn't no, we didn't do that jump in. We didn't have what they call leaders, shot callers, or whatever that. I didn't. We didn't follow that type of shit. Everybody was their own individual. The homies was together. If one moved, everybody moved. We didn't have nobody telling us we need to do this, we need to do that, or you finna get this and you finna get that. We didn't jump cats in the hood. We didn't do that. We didn't do that when I was coming up. We didn't have that shit they call hood day. We didn't do that.
Mm. So how did you meet Suge Knight?
Suge Knight lived around the corner from my mom's house, from where we lived. And Suge wasn't one that hung out with us. But Suge would ride his little motorcycle. He had a 125. I had a Suzuki 100. And I knew Suge because he lived around the corner and the homies lived on the same block. But, you know, when I got out of prison in 1988, Suge came to my mom's house, came hollered at me. We hollered. Next thing I know, me and him clicked. We was kicking it, and he had Fern Hill Records. So I started off with Fern Hill. No, when I got out, we were doing back then. If anybody know, we was doing the Budweiser Superfest, and I was going out of town with him and his cousin Big West that ran Capitol Records. We was just security guards, and then we met a guy named Tom Klein, and he started Fernhill Records.
Okay.
While we were doing Fernhill Records, and he was preparing to do Death Row, we set up for it. We was doing certain things to get contracts from people. We went to Ruthless Records. My job was to make sure he wasn't touched, or you know, we got out of situations. We went and got Dre and Michelet contracts from Ruthless Records, you know, and from there, Suge wanted. I think his whole goal was to put fear in the industry, the music industry, which he did. And I got all the homies one time, everybody backstage at a concert, and he just fell in love with the hood. He just fell in love with it. You know, people ask me, "Well, Suge from the hood. He from the hood because he lived there." So he wasn't a gang member, and he wasn't a gang banger. He was associated with certain people in the hood. Suge never walked the block. Suge never had a red bandana. Suge never carried a burgundy bandana. So Suge was never one of us, should I say, a street in the street nigga, which is not a bad thing because he had his mother and father. He went to college. They took goddamn good care of him. And they kept Suge away, Miriam, away from us, you know? But when Suge got older, like most of these kids do, they get older, they spring away from their mamas and they become something totally different. Now, when me and Suge hooked up in '88 when I got out of prison, I mean that's all he needed was to be a part of. And what I did was introduce him to pretty much everything and everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what it was.
So when did you fall in love with hip hop?
I ain't never fell in love with nothing.
So you don't like hip hop? You you just was around?
I'm gonna tell you, my brother and them, they hung
Keep it
around with
100 with me.
Snoop Dogg them and did all of this and smoked weed with them. I never did that. I never did that because when those cats came in Death Row, I was still a gang banger. I was
Right.
still living the life, so I didn't indulge like that. Snoop and all of them will tell you, I
So
didn't.
you never chill with the Crips on death row?
I never ever, never ever. I was a
Okay.
street nigga. I wasn't hanging
Okay.
out. The closest I got to Snoop and fucking with Snoop is when Snoop was fighting his murder trial. I bodyguarded him for that. And I stayed at that court building from 9 o'clock to 4:30 or 5 or whenever they left. I didn't leave. I didn't go upstairs in
Mm-hmm.
no courtrooms. I stayed downstairs. And when they was coming down, I was at the elevator waiting on him. I made sure he got in his car, out his car, and up that elevator. That's all I did. It wasn't no sit back, yada yada, kicking it. When he beat his trial, when he got acquitted, we partied that night. That was the most I partied with all of those guys. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Even the
And what
guy,
was that like? What was that like for you chilling with the Crips and you don't chill with the
I
Crips?
wasn't chilling with the Crips. We was in our own. Everybody was there. It wasn't like we was
Right.
hanging out and yeah, my nigga, and woo woo woo. It don't go like that. It didn't go like that
Right.
at the
Right.
time. So my brother was in prison at the time. He got out of
Bunch,
prison.
right?
No, Buntry was out of prison then.
Okay.
But when I introduced Buntry to Suge, Buntry had just got out doing 9 years for attempted murder on a
Okay.
police officer. which was a dog. He choked the dog, police dog, out.
Mm.
9 years. So when I introduced Buntry to Suge, they clicked.
Older brother, right? Older brother, right?
Buntry, my little brother.
Okay, okay, okay,
Buntry and Timmy Rue is my little brothers.
okay.
I'm the oldest.
How many siblings?
It's 3 boys and 2 girls. I got two
Okay,
sisters
okay.
and me, Alton and Timmy. So
Did your sisters ever get involved in the gang life?
my older sister wasn't with it at all. My little
Yeah.
sister Pumpkin, we used to go up to Dominguez High School, and all the Crips that was in her room in classes, she would open the door for us to go in there and rush them.
Damn, this fucked up.
Yeah. So my little
That's
sister
fucked
and a
up.
couple of the homegirls, I had this jacket and I had Piru blood on the front right here, and I had blood CK on the back of it. I would wear this every time I went up to Centennial or Dominguez. I was there by lunchtime. I didn't go to no classes. I went for lunch
Right.
and started gangbanging. My little homegirl April wore that coat to school one day. Then they fucked with her for wearing it. The next day, we went to her and Pumpkin, my little sister, classrooms and knocked on the door. They opened the door and bam, it was on and cracking from there. So yeah, my little sister, she was there. She was active.
Right, right, right. So back to Death Row though. How was it like? Was you around Tupac?
I've been around Tupac. I didn't hang with Tupac. I wasn't, like I said, I didn't kick it with I didn't kick it. My job was not to associate and hang out and kick it and be partners. I was on something totally different. And then just out of the blue, Trayvon and Bunch of them said that Tupac is from the hood. No, he not. People were mad at me because I said that. I've been shot 4 times on different occasions in my hood. My baby brother been shot 2 different times gang banging. He was shot 21 times the first time, and he was shot 1 time the first time he was shot.
Mm.
I've had homies take their last breath in my arms. I refused for and wouldn't accept the fact that they say Tupac from the hood. Tupac, you ain't kicked it on none of these blocks. You ain't killed shit. You ain't had to run. You ain't had to do shit here. So you're not just gonna rep it because you got money. Still didn't have that type of power to put this nigga or that nigga in the hood. So I took it totally different than how they did at Death Row. Was he a Paru on Death Row? You can be whatever the fuck you want to be. But in the mob, in my neighborhood, in the hood,
So
no,
did Pac ever come to your hood though?
yeah. Yeah, he came to the hood. Man, like I said, we got niggas that was on Death Row, straight groupies, and fell in love with that shit like Trayvon. You know what I'm saying? Chuck, when Pac died, he went and got a picture tatted on him and all of that other shit. My whole thing to him was, what about all the other homies? What about Kenny Tubbs? What about Big Frank? What about OB? What about Fody? What about the homies that passed doing this shit? You ain't known Tupac no more than 8 months, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? So it was the difference for me. And that's because I lived this life. And they should have understood that part or understood what I was saying. I don't got, and I didn't have a reason to dislike Tupac or have any bad ill will. It was just the
Hmm.
street politics that I had a problem with, you know. But other
Right,
than that, I ain't had no problems with the brother. I didn't bring
right,
it
right.
to him.
So question. Was you there tonight? Trayvon Lane whispered into his ear to go, "Old boy Orlando Anderson."
I was at 662. They was at the MGM. They was there. Uh,
Mm.
Even with that, I had a problem with that because there was no reason for Trayvon to tell that to Tupac. Tupac didn't know, never seen Orlando, never seen him a day in his life. So he didn't know who it was. Trey did. And Trey should have handled his motherfucking business with the homies that was there because it was a Compton thing. It was the mob against Southside Crips. And that's how it should have, that's how it started and that's how it should have ended. Trayvon shouldn't have said shit. He should have took off his
You don't,
goddamn
but
self.
you don't think you don't think Tupac felt like he was a part of the hood? Now it's like, damn, let me take off on that's old boy. That's he beefing with the hood. The homie. Pac showed loyalty, I guess, to Suge Knight and all of that. I guess from my perception.
Well, I can't say or say that's an inaccurate statement. I can say 70% of that, yeah, you correct. He was hanging
Right,
with top-notch niggas. And they accepted him. Buntry, Neckbone, Juju, George, all of them, they accepted him. And he was representing and trying to show them his loyalty.
right,
That
right.
wasn't no hood shit. That was a Death Row beef with Bad Boy. That wasn't no Paru shit. And Tupac being who he was didn't have no business even balling up his fist, is what I'm saying. Because it was 10 Parus right there. Trayvon, them niggas jumped you. So you should have took it upon yourself and did it, not Tupac. So
Right.
that's where my problem was. You niggas dropped the ball. Trayvon should have got his ass whooped because you's a bitch ass nigga. Because Tupac probably would still be here if you'd have manned up, gangbanger, whatever the fuck you are. You should have handled your business. You should have handled your
So you
motherfucking business. But he didn't do that.
right. So did y'all after the fight? Did you ever see Keefe D around that area that night?
Yeah, Keepy D them pulled up at 662. And when they pulled up at 662, I was standing on the outside the front of the club, and they pulled up right down the street by the bus stop. And Keefe D made a statement saying we was finna pull in the parking lot. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. It was like 100, 200 goddamn Bloods and Pyrus there. You wasn't finna pull up in the back, especially get out. You wasn't finna do that. So they pulled off, and after the fight or whatever, and all that other shit, that shit happened. The shooting happened. They was nowhere to be found. Some of the homies went back to the hood
So
too.
you didn't see Suge? You didn't see Suge and them get in the car? Nobody seen you wasn't around when Suge and them got Tupac and Suge got in the BMW?
No, they got in the BMW after the fight. They went and changed and got dressed. They went to their rooms, and when
Mm,
they changed and was headed to 662, that's when all the shit happened. That's when the shooting happened. No, they was
right,
at the fight. They was at the Tyson fight. I was in charge of the
right,
security at 662.
right. So why you think they was told to lay off security for Tupac that night?
I don't I didn't hear that. I didn't believe that. And if they would have told that, then none of us would have had guns at 662. Um, if it was
Cause
said,
then they tell Tupac not to wear his vest or take his vest off and shit.
I never heard that. I never heard that. That would if that was said, that would have been a question that everybody and their mama would have asked. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why? They had
What?
they had police officers working that night. They had armed guards. Death Row had armed guards. And
Mm,
and my question was, how the fuck these motherfuckers pulled right up on the side of you, shoot? and then get on. You feel me? Now, only one
So
car out of that caravan got out the caravan, chased them down, and they had an altercation, a shootout or whatever. So
so it was somebody that was behind Pac them that shot back out the caravan. That's what you're saying?
yeah, that chased
And
it.
chased the Cadillac.
Yeah,
So who was, you don't know who I was in the car though?
and what car? The Cadillac.
The car, yeah, the Cadillac. I know it was Keefe D and what's the old boy name, the big dude they say was supposed to had was the shooter. He dead now, ain't he?
Yeah,
That dude, what's his
everybody
name?
that was in the car is dead. I don't
Right,
remember.
that's crazy. Everybody dead now.
Yeah,
So can't nobody tell the story but Keefe D. What's your relationship with Reggie Wright Jr.?
Reggie Wright been to me. I like the little homie, same neighborhood. And once again, Reggie Wright Jr. had his father and mother. Reggie Wright Sr. wasn't having it. You wasn't hanging out and doing what they doing. His grandmama lived on my same block, a house down from me, the second house on the corner. Me and my little brothers used to go over there, cut the grass, do all kind of shit. So I got a very, very good relationship with his whole family because they lived on the block for so many years with us. His grandmother, his grandfather, his aunties, his uncles. We played baseball for his Uncle Giles, Ulysses. So I've been knowing Reggie 50 plus years. Plus, 50
So
plus years.
so do you think Reggie that night, do you think he told them, because you know he was head of security, right? They said he was the one that told them to stand down, and they said he was the one that I guess came on the radio and said we got that nigga after Tupac was murdered.
Man, you know, Reggie can say and Reggie can feel a fucked up way at any given time. But
Right.
for him to say that, Reggie didn't have that over the homeboys. Now, if Reggie said that, he said that to right way security, his people.
Mm.
If he said that, but I don't believe. I mean, people they got
I'm
so.
not saying he said that. I'm not saying he said
No,
that either. I'm
I
just
know.
going off the internet. Yeah.
What the internet people on the outside can say what the fuck they want to say, how they want to say it. If Reggie said that, is he trying to kill Shield too? Why the fuck they shoot at both of them? It was an incident that happened that shouldn't have happened because Tupac took off on Orlando. Orlando, being the game banger he was, a shooter, a killer, said, fuck that. His mindset, his mentality wasn't having it. And that young cat said, fuck that nigga. And he saw it and he went after what he was looking for. He saw him and he took off. That's all that
Right.
was. Didn't nobody,
Question though.
yeah, did
Question. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
if that was the case, then this whole thing would have been a setup, right? Trayvon
Right.
set Tupac up to get killed because Trayvon told Tupac, there you go. That's the nigga that tried to take the chain. Now, you
Right.
got to put everything in its right perspective. So if that was the case, then Reggie and Trayvon working together because Reggie had to tell Trayvon, because Reggie wasn't there at the fight. Reggie wasn't there. Tell Tupac that's him. And Reggie had to know that Orlando was going to be right there in that spot. Unheard of. So
Right.
Reggie would have had to know that this shit was finna happen. He didn't know this shit
Mm.
was finna happen. Nobody did.
Right.
Orlando just walked into the wrong motherfucking place at the wrong motherfucking time. It happened the way it happened, and
Didn't Orlando didn't he get paid off though for going to court or something like that?
Suge gave him $60,000 to go to court. The way Suge telling it down is he came to court and told the truth for me. If everybody watched the motherfucking video, My brother and everybody else was in that motherfucking video that jumped on him, right? So Suge pretty much felt like, okay, if I can get the victim to come and say Suge was getting him, telling him to stop and getting him off me, but the judge saw right through the shit and said, bullshit. I'm watching the video. I'm watching you kick him. And that's why Suge, the judge didn't go for that bullshit, but Orlando got 60 grand at the end of the day.
Mm. All right, I got a question for you. Is it true that it was FBI agents, undercover agents on death row?
I believe that.
Mm.
They was
Because they say
see, they was all over the motherfucking place. And they was trying to find a way to shut Death Row down, to shut Suge down. They were trying to get people, such as myself, a lot of money to speak on Suge Knight, to say everything that they heard. Now, mind you, they could have went after Suge with all the cases Suge had. Suge had assault cases up to here. Y'all could have went on Suge and got Suge just on GP itself. You see, they gave him 9 years for kicking a motherfucker.
mm-hmm.
So, but they wanted to end the whole death row everything. Now, with all the other shit that was going on, with all of these brothers trying to organize their own shit, they didn't want to have that. They didn't want to have that. So not only Death Row, but Bad Boy and every other motherfucker out there that was getting their ass touched by Death Row were fucking with the police. Were
And then we're gonna
telling,
speak on it too.
huh?
But I want to ask you, do you don't think the police were after Tupac? I mean, yeah, the police or FBI was after Tupac at all, being his allegiance to the Black Panther Party?
No, they man, they wasn't worried about that part at all. I'm gonna tell you, and we have said back, me and Buntry, and I don't speak on Buntry conversations with me, but this is the thing. Tupac had allegedly shot two police officers. They never
Right.
felt cool about that. And then he goes to jail for assaulting this young lady or rape. So they always been,
That he didn't do, right?
yeah, right. He was set up. He was set up, but he goes to jail for it. And then now you're
Right.
out with death row and you clowning and you doing all of this other shit. Yeah, I believe the police, they was in for him. They wanted him. The things that Suge was doing, you know, it was so many people talking behind Suge back and about Suge because of the things that happened to certain individuals at death row. I mean, grown ass men talking, women talking. It was people in general just speaking on Suge Knight, Death Row, Tupac, the whole nine. It was a lot of people out there hating, you know.
Mm.
So yeah,
Right. Right. So with that being said, man, how did Suge and Puffy get into it?
my opinion on that was Puffy was scared as fucking Suge. But Puffy couldn't let the public or his people see the fear in him. So Puffy started saying no to Suge. And Suge didn't like that. So Suge pressed harder and harder until he came to where it's at today.
Mm.
So
Mm.
Puffy
So
said, fuck it, I'll be in LA. Let me hire some niggas that know him and that'll keep this nigga off me when I come to LA. And that was
right.
Keefe D in the South Side.
But didn't he know didn't he have some type of relationship with Von Zip?
Who?
Puffy.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Ain't he from New York though? How did that happen?
Well, I don't know how they relationship formed. I wasn't there. I didn't know them cats from jack shit. But whatever they was doing in the music, Von Zip, bodyguarding, or doing whatever, Bonzip and Puffy was cool. It was quite a few people that fucked with him, and Haitian Jack and all of those cats. I never dealt with those dudes, but they did. And through Zip, Zip got with Keefe D now. He knew Keefe D now. So they all hooked up together and lined up whatever they had.
Right. So what you think about them finally 27 years later, dealing with this Tupac case?
I hope everybody thinks the same way I do. You have a man that killed two birds with one stone.
Okay.
PPD was looking at 15 years to life for the PCP case he had with the feds. I'll give
Okay.
y'all this. They give him the proper agreement. After that, he should have walked away and lived his life. No, he took this podcast money. He took these interviews, and that first $3,500 set him off. Now he writes a book. Now he's doing interviews all over the place. So I think it was stupidity on his part for doing that, but like myself and guys of his peers, other Crips, told him shut the fuck up, and he didn't take heed to nobody, and that was his downfall.
Right. So what's your take on him saying that Puffy, paid him the $1 million to do the hit though?
Well, my take on it is he ain't lying. He ain't
Right.
lying. Puffy had a $10,000 on the death row chain. And that's why Orlando tried to snatch the death row chain to go back and get that $10,000. So
Right.
fucking with those cats, and then Orlando got jumped. It was like fuck it. And Puffy wanted, if I can get rid of the boogeyman, if I can get rid of Suge Knight and Tupac and get them out of the way, everything is sold up here. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
The fear, and he's doing everybody a motherfucking favor, because the majority of those cats that was in the music business were afraid of Suge Knight. They were
Right.
scared. So he would have did everybody a favor. So
Right.
yeah, I can see him doing it. It wouldn't
Mm.
be, he ain't the first and he ain't gonna be the last to put a few dollars on somebody's head because he don't have to deal with it. Man,
Right.
people fail to
So the black.
realize that the music industry is a monster. And the true light of the music industry is coming out right now today. All of these guys is giving up their butt to be rich. All of these guys
Yeah.
is doing shit that's not normal.
Rituals.
Huh?
Rituals.
Yeah. So that shit is real. That shit is real. And if you ain't getting down like that, your career don't go too far. And what I've seen in the music industry, when brothers get a good taste of money, man, they gonna do anything to stay there. Some of them go out like suckers when shit don't go
Right.
their way and they find themselves on the sideline. They don't just
Like
walk
like
away.
the P Diddy parties they be talking about. You them real?
Yeah, yeah, they real. Everybody wouldn't be talking the same shit. What you say? Go ahead. In my room? Go ahead, Lionel. Papa on the phone. Okay. That's my grandson. So yeah,
Yeah.
man, all that shit is real. Those dudes, they sign these contracts, this paperwork, so they can't go out and get to talking about certain shit. Yeah, man, it's fucked up out there. Having those guys ain't who they are on their rap songs and none of that shit. These
So
guys.
it's safe to say that the music industry is staged.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Not all though.
Okay.
Not all, because you
Not
got
all.
some real gangsta ass motherfuckers out there doing their thing and didn't bow down and wouldn't bow down to Suge and nobody else. They caught that fade. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk about those that caught that fade that stood on 10 and nigga, fuck it, I ain't going out like that.
Yeah. So what was you there the night that Wolf got killed?
No, no. What year was
How,
that?
but you said I'm talking about at the party with Jermaine Dupri was there and all of that shit. What allegedly this what they in the internet saying started the beef when Wolf got killed and all of that shit. And
No,
Jake got killed.
Jake was killed
Wasn't Jake your
before.
homeboy?
Jake was killed before Wolf. Those cats that up there blame Wolf for Jake.
Right.
Gene said no, it wasn't Wolf. But Wolf knew too much, man. He knew too much of Puffy
You
shit.
said who said that?
Gene Deal.
Oh, okay.
So Gene Deal said a lot of shit. But I can honestly say, and I believe the majority of the shit he talk is real shit. He was there.
That's real. Yeah, I got a show coming up with Gene Deal. Shout out Gene Deal,
Yeah,
man.
all the time.
Yeah,
You know, him and Reggie be
January
at
20th.
odds, but me and Gene, we've been cool. We cool.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But
So, what? Go ahead.
a lot of people on the outside can only speculate. People on the
Yeah,
inside, that's what you should listen to. But some of them fabricate a lot of their stories. If you can't keep the shit 100, I say don't say nothing at all. But
right.
I mean, it is what it is out there. It ain't the music business ain't no joke, man. Ain't no fun. Everybody backbiting everybody, everybody in everybody business. You know, it turned rich black men into suckers.
Yeah. Hey, question though. Did did Poochie kill Biggie Smalls?
Allegedly,
Allegedly. What was Cali like that night that Biggie got killed?
it was lit.
Yeah.
Honestly, and at that time, I felt like retribution. They killed Tupac, so it was a must that I mean he came out to Cali on some clowning shit. Ain't nowhere in the world he was supposed to leave Cali. That make every fucking gangbanger, every nigga in Cali weak motherfuckers. If you can come out here and party and say I was out there, I'm going back to Cali after Tupac, nigga, you lost your motherfucking mind. And all of those guys that got on that motherfucking plane, his manager, Puffy, and all them other motherfuckers should be accountable. They killed him. Because
Mm.
ain't nowhere in the world should none of them came to Cali. Not that
So
goddamn soon.
why do people think that the Nation of Islam killed Biggie?
Well,
They trying to say it was one of somebody from the Nation of Islam was there the night he got killed or some shit.
and Gene said that first, the first time I heard it. And I'm like this. I've been in so many shootings. I've been shot at in a car. The average motherfucker is not gonna be looking up while bullets is tinging off of that car. And
Hmm.
motherfuckers is hollering and screaming. They
Right.
ain't gonna tell the truth. So if you the only person with a pistol and you can see the motherfucker that's shooting this man, why you didn't shoot back? So
Mm.
that's why it don't make sense. It don't make sense at all. If I can sit here and watch this motherfucker right here shoot Suge, and then I can go and have an interview and then tell people I saw the motherfucker clear as day shoot Suge, but I'm the only one with a gun. How stupid do I look?
Right. Right.
My job ain't just to protect Suge. My job is to protect every motherfucking body that's walking with us, that's in my clique. And
Hmm.
and that's how we was. So I don't know why I wouldn't have made a statement like that because at the end of the day I look bad because I didn't even pop off one time. I don't give a fuck if I had a six shooter. I have to shoot back. So I don't know why, man, but like I said, a lot of people to take the suspicion off of one, you got to put it on somebody else. You got to make
Okay.
somebody else look guilty, opposed to saying what you had fought for, and that was
Okay.
their biggest problem. You know, it happened even with Tupac. You know, Suge didn't talk and say, "I look dead at Keefe D." Suge didn't say shit.
He ain't say nothing. But look, Yaki Gaddafi, Tupac's stepbrother, said something, and then he go back to New Jersey and he accidentally get killed. Somebody accidentally shoot him in his head. He was the one of the ones that said something. That's like funny. Like they saying that's some fishy ass shit. Like it sound funny to me, you know. And then I'm tripping off Suge saying if you solve one murder, you solve both murders. What you think about that?
Well, if you know Suge and go back and listen to the majority of the shit Suge say one thing today and he say another the next day. So with his position right now, it pissed me off because you got gang members, whatever, out there risking their life over a music war, not a gang war, but Bad Boy against Death Row, which those dudes should have been grown men and should have bagged the fuck up off of him and continue to do business. But
Mm-hmm.
they didn't do that. So you got all these motherfuckers at war and losing their lives because you got two grown ass men couldn't solve their differences. So
Mm-hmm.
the way Suge said that was like, come on, man, you putting your foot in your mouth because at first it was like, fuck these niggas. Now you saying we childhood brothers, friends. Come on, man. Y'all if y'all like that, then Southside and the Pyrus wouldn't be getting at it. They would this wouldn't have never happened.
Right, and that's my question. I got another question for you. Suge Knight said you was a kitchen crip. Man, is that true? Did you used to be a
No.
kitchen?
If I was a Crip, I would have been a Crip today. At 59 years old, I'd have stayed a Crip. I just partied
So
with
you was around? I'm saying, how did he affiliate you with the kitchen crips?
because when I got kicked out of Compton Unified School District in the third grade, I moved to my grandfather's house and went to school there. Kitchen Crips,
Okay.
81st and Hooper is part of Kitchen Crips.
Okay.
But the 76 East Coast is right down the street. Why you not know that? I done took the homies to the kitchen's hood. They've been to my house. And none
Mm-hmm.
of the homies fuck with them. You feel me? Runt
Yeah.
was one of my childhood friends, my best motherfucking bud. Still Bill. Grew up together. Went to junior, elementary, and junior high together. You feel me? So I'm not gonna deny those cats because that they're bigger than the gang banging shit. You feel me? They are family to me. You feel me?
That's real.
So and the majority of the Shack boys, the businessman, all of those old cats, I still fuck with them. Some of them still call me nephew. You feel me? So you know, I believe Suge was trying to lash out at me because he's starting this podcast. Mob James, people know of Mob James, so they're gonna listen to what he got to say about Mob James. He gonna
What you
get the
think about this
views.
podcast?
I don't think nothing. I don't listen to it.
Oh, okay.
Everything I've ever heard, Reggie told me, and when I heard I was the
Shout out
kid,
Reggie Wright, man.
right, that I was a kitchen crib, and that my name was James Williams instead of James McDonald. I lived in a garage with no running water. I don't know too many motherfuckers garages in the hood that had running water in it. And I
Right.
was an alcoholic. Now he kind of got me on the alcoholic part because I used to drink like a motherfucker. But why would you lie and then say I wasn't from the hood until the 90s or some shit or whenever he said,
Right.
my nigga, and I ain't never bragged on a Mob James None of the shit Mob James did. That shit is behind me and it's past me. But when I was Mob James, I was Mob James. I was a Piru, and couldn't nobody tell me otherwise. At what point was I a gangbanger? I was shot in 1980 in the hood. So how far is he going back?
Right.
I was born in 65.
Right. Okay.
So how far you want to go back, nigga? You feel me? I
All
was
right, now
14, 15.
why did he say that Tupac, I think he said Tupac knocked you out or something? Why would he say that?
To make me mad.
So
Can you
you never got into it with Tupac?
me and Tupac ain't never exchanged words. And if Tupac, let's just say Tupac did argue with me, and he's saying Buntry and him was standing there. Buntry is my little brother.
Right.
That's my little brother. Buntry would have had a problem. Suge would have had a problem. And Orlando wouldn't have killed Tupac because I would have.
Mm.
Ain't no nigga, he ain't putting his hands on me. And for him to say that, he knew that was gonna piss me off.
Mm.
He knew saying that I wasn't from the hood or whatever. My credentials, what I was and what I did is self-explanatory. So I don't have to justify what I was and what type of gangbanger I was. I bet
Mm-hmm.
you he can't tell you a story about him being in the hood.
Oh, this one be right, right,
So
right, right, right.
so Suge is goofy, man, and he's feeling a certain kind of way. And I didn't put you in prison, homeboy. You did. Your fear put you in prison,
Mm. Yeah,
not
some
me.
people said it was set up. Like they set him up that day or some shit, but I don't know.
Man, let me tell you something. And I'm gonna tell you how Death Row was. Death Row was a bunch of bullies. And Suge was getting money out of people, Vanilla Ice, certain other motherfucking individuals, because they were afraid of him.
So
Dr. Dre,
he really hung him over a balcony.
no, I wasn't there for that. But
Mm.
I never heard that story. I know he made him sign papers or he was gonna get his ass whooped. So
Right,
he was a fucking bully. Dre walked away from Death Row after he found out Suge was fucking Mr. the whole nine. Dre didn't want to be a part of this gang shit because niggas was doing motherfuckers wrong.
right. They was
And
doing
Dre
real gang.
wanted out. So when Dre walked away from it, Suge let him leave. Now they doing this movie. Suge wanted $1 million motherfucking dollars. You owe me. How do we owe you? And he walked away from everything that he had here.
Mm.
So Suge wasn't counting on another reputable cat bodyguarding him and making sure don't nobody fuck with him. This is on business, not hood shit.
Right.
So Suge was told, leave this nigga alone. I'm bodyguarding him. Back up, homie. But no, he pressed it because Suge needed the money. Suge wanted the motherfucking money. And he met with Terry Carter and them to talk about it. Bones told him to get out the motherfucking car, nigga. We can square up and whoop the whoop. Suge didn't want to do it. Bones reached in the car, started punching on Suge. Suge put his head down, pressed on the gas, ran over Terry. Biggest mistake
They
he ever
trying to
made.
say somebody said one of the bloggers was saying like one of the people in the crowd had a gun or something, and that's why Suge did it to get away or some shit. Yeah, it's crazy.
These are Pirus here.
Right.
Terry Carter is one of the most respectful, was one of the most respected Pirus in Compton.
Rest in peace.
His people is not finna sit and shoot Suge. We all Pirus. That's a
Okay.
bald-faced motherfucking lie. And that would have caused a war, and Terry didn't get down like that. No,
So
no,
so
that was
my question is who killed all the Bloods on death row? A lot of Bloods on death row end up dying, man. Rest in peace to your brother as well, man.
Well, what we had was what they call internal shit going on in death row, and homies got to feeling each other, and certain homies got to fighting, homies stabbing each other, and what fucked us up was Suge. The only way Suge can fix what was going on was to pay, and
Mm,
motherfuckers was letting shit go. I am guilty as well of receiving a check and letting shit go. So now, once one of the homies got stabbed by another homie, now we got friction in between, you know, different hoods in Compton.
mm,
And now everybody is beefing with each other, and niggas is shooting at each other and missing. And certain individuals, it cost some niggas their lives when, Suge stopped paying people. And, when you stop feeding them pet bulls, man, shit happens. You
yeah.
know? And
Them killers start getting hungry. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so but people don't blame Suge for this. You know what I'm saying? But you can blame Suge, you can blame me, because I didn't stop it. I didn't stop him. You know what I'm saying? And there was times when I got at the homies about the shit, like telling them to pay attention. Look at our mob rings. Look at our death row chain. Look at the cars we driving opposed to what he driving. You know what I'm saying? He's in a Porsche. We in Cadillacs and Chevys pulling up. Everybody did this when we pulled up. Everybody was greeting Suge, but they were afraid of us. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And the whole time we was with Death Row and did certain things for Suge, we only put on a tuxedo one time. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? But you got big old yoke niggas in Pendletons. The industry was scared of that. And Suge wanted us to look like that because Meeting Dick and all of these other Jimmy Iovine and all of that. Some niggas couldn't get close to them white folks out there, man. Some those people were afraid to politic, to kick it, to talk. So I mean, it's crazy. And to all your viewers, this is just my point of view to shit.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Everybody didn't think the way I thought. Everybody didn't have a game plan. I had a game plan, and me and my brother fought over some of the shit that I approached Suge with. Some of the times I got at Suge and was ready to whoop his ass on some hood shit. Everybody got in the way. No, man, you can't do the homie like that and whoop, whoop, whoop. So I didn't expect for his money to buy him all the way in like that. I hired and got all the homies there to make money. Well, they didn't have to go straight back to prison robbing motherfuckers. That and I can honestly say that was 95% of the brothers and the homies that was on death row never ever had a paycheck, a job.
Mm,
And they loved that shit. And like I said earlier, the majority of them wasn't willing to walk away with what they accumulated over the times they or saved their money or whatever, and could have walked away comfortable. None of them did that. So when they was cut off like that, it was Rockwaller started barking.
right. Is it true y'all extorted Suge for like 500,000 or something like that?
No.
Okay, okay. I heard just going off the internet, they saying y'all extorted Suge, the Bloods extorted Suge on death row or some shit like,
The only
then they
people,
kidnapped him or some shit.
well, they got it wrong. The only person was getting money out of Suge was Harry O. And the
Okay.
homeboy Bonniana Rat from the Nickerson Gardens would come up there periodically and pick up money from Suge
Mm,
because he owed it somebody that they fuck with that he was sending down there to get their paper. And
yeah,
and they was getting their money.
yeah.
All that other shit, if the homies would have did it, That was the only reason why Reggie Wright winded up on death row, because it was said that the homies had been a kidnapping and wanted money.
Mm-hmm.
So Reggie Wright Sr. told Suge that he heard it through the grapevine. I'm gonna send Reggie up there. Reggie came up there. All the homies know Reggie from the hood, so they
Mm-hmm.
knew Reggie wasn't finna go for it, and it wasn't finna happen in front of him. So now Death Row got police, police on Death Row, and some cats didn't like it. I'm one
Mm-hmm.
that didn't like it. I've always told Reggie, and Reggie will tell you, I said, why the fuck is Reggie in them here? Why didn't you hire the police and you got Pirus up in this motherfucker to do the dirty work? So it was crazy, bizarre for me, but that's how it went. We opened up a hydraulic shop, and that's when I took myself out the equation and I started running the hydraulic shop.
Mm.
So, you know, things went a certain kind of way for a reason, man. And Death Row would have still been on the top today if Suge would have stayed business minded and let us handle the things that he wanted to handle. So he's as guilty as Tupac, because once Suge got a taste of being us, one of us, a gang member, he went crazy. And everybody ain't meant to be or have that much power, and he didn't know how to control it. He didn't know how to put his pawns in place. And he's doing 28 years in prison now.
Mm.
So not only us that went back to the hood, he did too.
Yeah.
So we all look fucked up. We
No, that's
all
real.
too many mistakes.
So who owns Death Row now? Snoop or Suge?
Snoop.
Okay. Cause they trying to say Snoop don't really own Death Row with some other shit going on.
Man, you know what? I'm not gonna try to be in Snoop pocket. Snoop doing death row shit. That's his shit.
Right, right, right. Shout out Snoop. Shout out
Right.
Snoop, man.
So how the fuck can anybody say it ain't his? Suge lost the shit. Suge, Suge was worth 500 and some $1 million,
Right.
to where you couldn't pay 2 million to get out of jail and fight your case on the street. So,
Mhm.
you know, money talks.
Right.
Bullshit walk. And everybody's seen it when they raised this bond up, when they thought Suge raised that money and they raised it to 10 million or something. What that nigga do? That nigga
Yeah.
passed the fuck out.
Yeah.
and
Hey,
and
he did.
I'm
He
I'm
did.
not gonna step on his neck for it though. But
Yeah.
you
Shout
know,
out Suge.
bro, I'm gonna say this. And I don't take myself out the equation at all, because we all at fault. We all done some dumb shit. We all fucked up. And as black men, gangbangers or whatever, at that point, did none of us really grow up while we saw, and we could have had a better future if we'd
Mm-hmm.
have just conducted ourselves better. We didn't have to, or shouldn't have had to wait for Suge to tell us to get out of the attire we was wearing going to certain places. Throw on a pair of slacks and a shirt. You ain't got to put on a tie. Wear
Right.
your wear your black kickers or whatever. We didn't do that. So just like Suge, we made the biggest mistake. Suge mistake was he didn't know how to conduct serious business dealing with all of these different guys. So,
Yeah.
we all fucked up, bro. And, some of us took it as a learning experience. The majority of us moved on and went and got jobs, taking care of their grandkids and living life outside of that.
Yeah.
Some of them refuse to even talk about death row because, man, at the end of the day, we all fucking look stupid.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are we talking about death row and we didn't gain shit?
I
Everybody
feel
went
you.
back to the hood. Everybody.
So my question to you is, what's the difference between Mob James and you, the individual?
James McDonald grew up. James McDonald left Mob James alone. I don't have a gang mentality. I don't have the temperament. I don't think on a gang level. I'm raising my grandkids. My grandson live in this house with me, just me and him. I've been raising him. He's 7. I've been having him for 6 years.
That's
So
what's up.
growing up and then having him, responsibility and everything came to me, and just like that. So I don't walk out my front door looking for somebody in blue or looking to be mad or mean mugging somebody. I applaud every black man I see out there. I don't say what's happening, what's up, blood. I don't on Paru. I don't throw a piece. I don't live that life. So
That's real.
I say James McDonald grew up.
That's what's up.
James McDonald had to get rid of Mob James because Mob James would have been detrimental. I couldn't be both. I
Yeah,
can't be Mob James and James McDonald. I can't be Mob James raising my grandkids
yeah,
or being in their life, taking them places. So, I had to say, fuck all that dumb shit and really like grow up. I grew up. You know what I'm saying? And responsibility is everything, you know?
mm-hmm.
So all the dumb shit, all the dumb shit I used to do, I ain't did shit in so many motherfucking years, man. I haven't been in nobody's jail. I got out of prison in 1988. I fucked up in 92. After 92, I haven't seen nobody's jail, no handcuffs, no nothing. You
That's
know,
what's up.
either grow up or stay stagnated into this bullshit. So, I went to a motorcycle club, my club up there, Chosen
Yeah, I
Few.
see it.
And I did that. And when my daughter went to prison, my grandson was 1 years old. They was talking about putting him in the system. I can't let him go with her mama. Her mama on drugs. So where would my grandson be? So I had to walk away from everything. I stopped drinking. The day that they put him in my arms, I stopped. No drinking, no nothing. No
That's
nothing.
what's up.
So, I had to grow up. And someday we all have to grow up. If not,
That's real.
the only thing that we can look forward to is somebody penitentiary or pick a cemetery.
That's real.
No, I'm
Now,
gonna be
now,
real.
I got like one or two more questions before we get out of here.
Right.
What was your problem with Charleston White?
At the beginning, I didn't have a problem with him, uh, but Charleston White talked too much. And when Charleston White mentioned my brother, I called Charleston White and talked to him. And he apologized. And man, I don't mean it like that, but I'm talking about these dudes. And when I was speaking to him, I was speaking. So this dude, after talking to me, he just went there. So what I said, I'm coming to Texas. I'm gonna come do y'all show. So me and my homeboy got in my car and we drove to Texas. And we went outside to have a drink. The two females that was with us hit me on the phone and tell me Charleston came in with a gun and he put it in the couch. Oh, did he? So I
Yeah,
take my shit out the trunk, put my shit on my hip. My people put his on, and we go in here. Now, and I knew when he tried to elevate the situation, he got to talking loud. Okay, I'm ready for him. Now, Charleston White fucked up by standing up and walking away from the couch. Your gun
mm,
is right there. So when I got up and got in front of him, I initially was finna grab him by his motherfucking throat and whoop his ass.
Right.
Charleston White said, "Oh, so you still Mob James?" Oh wow, why
Mm.
you
I
say that?
remember that. I heard that.
He made me think. If I did something to this little guy, everything that I say I am and everything that I do different was over with. Was over with. And Charleston White, because he run his mouth, wasn't worth that ass whooping.
Right.
He wasn't worth it. So I sat down. I sat down. And then when he was getting me back there, now I asked Charleston, just tell me if you want it. If he would have said he wanted, there's no choices. Plan
Right. You
B.
would took you would have took off on it.
I'd have beat the shit out of him. I'd have hurt him bad. He
Yeah.
wouldn't have never said I want it ever again to nobody. But I'm glad he didn't, because I'd have went straight gang banging, straight thug shit on him, and I'd have probably paid for it. But I knew I had to get in my car and head straight down to 30. I'd have had to get the fuck out of there.
Right. 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 Right.
So I wasn't trying to do that, man. I was cool. But then right after that, the next day, this dude is helping me build a fire for the kids. We making a
Okay.
fire. They doing the camp out. And I tapped him. How you feeling, homeboy? You good? You good? Oh yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. So I'm glad it went the way it went.
Yeah.
Because, if he would have reached for a gun, if Dewberry would have reached for a gun, I'm in jail killing somebody that ain't shit.
Right.
Not even on that level, really. And he's still at it and he's still doing what he's doing. But you don't hear him speaking on me, and I don't speak on him. Do what you do. At the end of the day, you're gonna start getting tested, homeboy, and you might not like. You're gonna run into the wrong one, and they're
You
gonna do
seen
you
you seen
better.
what happened to you seen what happened to him in Houston, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The mob
So,
ties niggas got on his ass, I think.
man, I'm telling you, man, we all gonna. I believe you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I believe that. At some point, Charleston got to change his shit. If he don't, then it is what it is.
Right. Oh, that's real. All right, last question before we get out of here. What message can you give to the youth that want to follow in your footsteps or wanted to follow in your footsteps?
I would tell every cat from 11 to 25, you can change. People say you set in your ways, but you're not. Uh, you got to make better choices, because I don't think no kid out there want to live the life I lived. I had a father that whooped my ass on a daily basis every time he came from the motorcycle club. We don't have to live like that. Let's stop making excuses because we only have our mother. Thank God we had our mother. um, Man, grow up and be your own man. Grow up and have kids and be a father for your kids. Fuck, let's break the chain that my daddy wasn't there shit. Fuck what your daddy did to you. Let's break that chain and let's grow up and be men and be responsible at an early age. And when you get my age, you're already ready. You don't got to get ready. You already
Hmm.
know how to live a life. You already know how to respect a woman. I didn't know how to
That's real.
respect a woman until I started loving my mama in real life. I had no respect for a woman because I didn't respect my
Hmm.
mother. Once I respected my mother, all my girlfriends and relationships is good. So I say this to young men. The odds are against us already, being black men, growing up in the hood. Just because you grew up in the hood don't mean you can't get out of it. We
Yeah,
all can get out of the hood. So, man, don't follow nobody, no other man that shit, bleed, drink, and think like you. Follow self and make your own decisions. If it ain't right, don't get in the car. If it ain't
that's
right,
real.
leave the gun at home. If you got to go somewhere with a gun, you shouldn't go there. So the bottom line is grow up now, and you don't have to do what I did. Wait till you get to your 50s to realize you're a man. to realize what gangster really mean is taking care of self, family, and everything around you, not people that's not don't respect you and none of that. Follow self, follow family.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. Once again, man, I appreciate you coming on the platform.
All the time,
Man,
my brother.
most definitely. It was one more thing I had to ask you before we got out of here.
Hmm.
Oh, hey, is Whack 100 from y'all neighborhood?
No,
Okay, okay. He a Piru though, right?
they say that, yeah.
So you never met him or nothing?
A day in my life, never.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm just asked. I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Right, 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 right. But since you ain't, gang banging nothing like that, you ever met up with Big U or nothing? Y'all ain't never did nothing for the people, the kids out there in Cali?
Uh, Big U doing his own thing. Me and Big U did a podcast. He came on our podcast once
Shout
before,
out,
and we talked. And
shout out to Big
I wish all those guys well, man. Uh,
Yeah,
like I said, the majority of the guys I fuck with right now today, you know, are Crip dudes. My ride or
yeah,
die, 5'9" Hoover. You feel me?
yeah, yeah,
And we don't look at colors. We don't look at a red or a blue. We look at what I do for you, what you do for me. You feel me? So
yeah.
we like on some grown man shit. It ain't about no gang banging shit. It ain't about no sitting down telling gang stories. It ain't none of that shit. We have
Right,
grown
right.
man conversations.
Yeah,
So
Big U coming down here. I got him coming down here to St. Louis talking to the kids and shit about the gangs and shit, man. Maybe we can get you linked up with that and we can have
hey
the
man, I'm
Bloods and
for
the
all
Crips.
that. I'm for it. If I can sit in front of kids, man, I would love to do that because that's how we teach our little brothers to get our age. I've
Yeah,
lost I lost a lot of homies in 17, 18 years old. Every homie that I lost, none of them had kids.
yeah,
And majority of their childhood, it was either locked up in the juvenile hall system and then went to prison. They never had a chance to enjoy life. But here I am living a fucked up life, and through the grace of God, I'm here to talk to you. I'll
yeah,
be 60 years old in 2 years.
man. That's what's up.
3 months, in 3 months, I'll be 59. You know, that's I'm blessed, and I would love to talk to the kids so they can get to that point.
Uh, uh,
So yeah, man, I'm on board with that.
yeah. All right, for sure, man. I appreciate you once again, man. This is another episode of When I Fell in Love with Hip Hop. Mob James Death Row Stories Part 1. Y'all tap in. It's
All the time.
Replicato. We tuning
All
live
the
from
time.
North St. Louis. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.